Hello friends, I've had a baby. Really, I've actually, well, I mean, I haven't had a baby, but you get the drift. It was successful, everybody's healthy, everybody's happy. The only issue was that we ended up having to stay in the hospital for 7 days instead of the 3 days that we thought we were gonna be in there. So change of plans. Call this baby bag pack out Mark II. If you can see, things have changed slightly, so let's get into it. So this is the Mission Workshops Vandal. If you followed my channel for a while, you probably know that I wasn't a huge fan of the Mission Workshop sanction. Now the thing is, the Mission Workshop sanction has actually grown on me over the last several months that I've been using it. It has grown on me in a lot of ways I didn't expect it to, and actually I have a follow-up video coming up about that bag soon. That spurred me to get this, which is Mission Workshop's most famous bag, the Vandal. This is the bag that kind of made the company a bag company, as it were. This bag is gigantic, as you can see. So let me explain slightly, and then I'm going to show you what's going on inside the bag. I'm home right now for a clothes run because we ran out of clothes. We ran out of diapers. We ran out of things to do. In Korea, basically, after the baby's born, you stay in the hospital for a week in a kind of hotel-ish environment where you pseudo-fantasy take care of your baby while actually, if anything bad happens, the nurses are there to rescue you. So we've been doing that, and it's actually been great. The only issue is that we obviously didn't have enough stuff. If you watch my original video of the GR2 26L, I only really brought enough stuff for 3 days. So I'm back to repack. The original bag I brought to the party was it's okay, buddy. You didn't need any surgery yourself. I brought this bag. Now, I've made a couple of modifications to this bag since that video because what happened was the baby came about 3 days later, and of course, being a worrier and a tinkerer, I switched some things up during that time. I'll take you through those really quickly, but then after that, I'll talk a little bit about the Vandal, and then that'll be it. I'm basically doing this because my wife doesn't want me to come back and wake her up. So I'm stuck at home with you guys. The first modification I made to my, okay, well, I should say what it is first. It's the GORUCK GR2 26L in 500D Cordura. It's a, I will say that it's been just a stellar pack since I've gotten it, and it's, look, if you said, Josh, you can only have one pack, you have to throw the rest of them away, this is the guy for me. It's a killer backpack. But, like all things, it's smaller than I need to have my wife's stuff, the baby's stuff, and my stuff. So this has become basically my bag for the trip. And then this is the gear hauler, which I will explain in a minute. Now, very quickly, the modifications I made. The very first modification I made is I added the hip belty thing. Suck in the gut. I added it basically so that the nurses wouldn't think that I was the one who needed the C-section. The hip belts are great. They attach directly onto this MOLLE webbing on the side here. Very easy to use. These are the newest version of the hip belts, so they are, I believe, 1000D on the outside and 210D on the inside, making them very comfortable. Made in Vietnam, no big deal. They have a nice Duraflex Lock Monster buckle. Feels great. I think they're 30 bucks. I think it's worth it if you plan on ever using this bag. For anything like strenuous, I assume that at some point I'm going to use this to carry my baby stuff around. And I thought that since it is such a cool bag, might as well get some accessories. Now, I didn't make any, nothing changed in the front here. I didn't bring all my stuff home because there's still most of it at the hospital, but I did forget to take out my Wiredopp, which has been living here. So I haven't had much time to, that's a lie, I've been watching golf on YouTube. Inside the bag is where I made two big modifications. So I'll show you, and not modifications, probably not the right word, changes to my setup. So first, I put my camera inside this. This is the Roadie Sling from the Brown Buffalo. I was using the GR2 field pocket. The issue I had with that is that inside the bag, it kind of tends to do one of these, and if I attach it to the bag, I find that it, because this is the smaller version, it's sort of a little bit, like my camera would push up against the zipper, so that made an issue. Without the camera in it was fine, but with the camera in it was an issue. So this Roadie Sling is made in the USA. It's like kind of purpose built to be a camera thing. It's got a little divider in here. It's made of this like very cool, it looks almost like X-Pac pattern, but I don't really know what it is. It feels like Cordura to me. It has some slots up here for your thingies, and it has some slots here and here and here and here if you want to put something. It also works as a sling bag, so at night I was just carrying it around my shoulder. Has a very nice grab handle on the top, built in the USA, Brown Buffalo. Check them out. They are a very cool company, and I really, really dig this thing. It's got some beautiful mesh on the back. It's just, the build quality feels outstanding. It's great, and I think it works perfect for some beer. Yes, some beer. But what I will say is also, it is around, no matter what you see here, it is around the size, a slightly taller version, or slightly taller than the Evergood's CAP2. But if you're a camera guy, this is something to really take a good look at, because it functions great as a camera cube and as a sling for your camera. It's a little on the pricey side, 175 bucks, but I think you get what you pay for in this case. I will be using it off tin. Now, the other thing I did was, instead of using that, what do you call that? That Porter thing, that Porter packing cube, I ended up using this GORUCK packing cube. This is the full GORUCK packing cube. And I believe it's the 10 liter. And it kind of opens up like this. What I did was, I threw all my sleeping stuff here, like my toiletries and everything, and on this side I got my clothes. Now, obviously, it turned out to be not enough clothes, so I will repack this, take my toiletries out, which I already did at the hotel-ish area. This is also a very nice packing cube. If you're looking at getting a packing cube, they make a really big version. I think it's like 20 liters or something like that, or 15 maybe. But this is the 10 liter, and it is one of the better packing cubes on the market. It's got two sides, opens twice, opens clamshell. I like it a lot. Fits perfectly in the bottom of like a GR1, GR2. If you've ever watched the Evergoods videos where the Evergoods CEO Jack is packing out things and he's using a packing cube, and everybody in the comments are like, what's that packing cube, man? That packing cube looks amazing. Evergoods gonna put one out. It's actually this. So it is not this, it's the big version of this. So yeah, I believe he actually maybe designed it, which is cool, but he obviously can't promote it now. YKK zippers, all that kind of nice stuff. Has some handles on the top, has two handles so you can like hold it open. Anyway, great thing. I've been using this. I find it to be a little bit more segmenty, which works for me. And also, I just like it. So that's it. That's it for the modifications I made on this bag. I'm not going to talk much more about that. If you have any questions about those things, feel free to let me know. Back to the Vandal. So the Vandal is a... Let me compress it for you. So basically, it starts out its life like this. Now I'm going to do a full review of this bag at some point, but it starts out its life like this. Now, first thing I want to say is I kind of ripped on Mission Workshop in my video for the build quality of the Sanction. I don't know why, but the build quality on this guy feels amazing and top-notch, and on that Sanction it did not, and I don't know what the difference was. I don't know if it was like a first person on the job who made my Sanction, and this is made by a veteran. I honestly, I don't know. Because even though I've started to like the Sanction, there are definitely like a lot of loose threads, a lot of like weird little things that look like wrong, like as if it was like stitched like crooked or not on correctly. Whereas this, I don't see any of that. It looks built very, very well. There were a couple of loose threads, but I'm beginning to feel that that's a common theme with these Mission Workshop bags. Probably they don't check that carefully. Doesn't matter. Take a lighter and burn it off. It's just that when you're used to something like the GORUCK, you very, very, very rarely see them. So your brain is kind of like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. First thing I want to talk about is in this configuration, it's 29 liters. So 29 liters is, you know, it's a doable bag. Now on my back, it's big. So it is a very, very large bag. Like it's very tall. And it's meant to be a gear hauler. It's not meant to be like your daily bag. I don't think, although it could be for a taller person. The straps are extremely comfortable, and one thing I've noticed about the Sanction is the same thing. The straps have gotten more and more comfortable, and they just feel great. When I'm going to get a ton of groceries, that bag is just very comfortable on my back. The GORUCKs are too, but it's a bit of a different kind of comfort. One thing I love about this bag and the Sanction is that it uses like this type of, let me show you that. It uses like, it looks like this. And I really like these buckles because they're so fast to do up and undo and loosen and that. And I believe that that's something that they probably went for with this. And to me, like these are by far my favorite buckles. They use them both here and here, and I find them just to be very comfortable. The bag itself is hella comfortable. It's, for me, there's a carbon frame sheet here, which the Sanction has like what's called a frame sheet, but it is 100% a piece of very, very thin cardboard. Whereas this, on the other hand, yes, we're on. Whereas this, on the other hand, has a carbon frame sheet that is extremely stiff, which is helpful considering how much weight you'll probably be carrying in this bag at some point or another. It has some kind of mesh here, not great. The load lifters also are something I really wanted to have in my bag, and for some reason, when you watch the Mission Workshop's video for the Sanction, it just shows, it's basically showing like there's 3 styles of that bag, and only the biggest one, the Fitzroy, has these load lifters. But if you're not careful, you might buy the Sanction thinking it has them, because in the video, it shows the Fitzroy on the guy, even though it's on the Sanction page, and it has these, and confusion may ensue. And I was actually very annoyed by that when I got my bag. Look, if a bag nerd like me can make that mistake, then the average person can also probably make that mistake. A little bit of fraying going on there. Well, that's not nice. It is a roll top bag, so this part kind of goes like this. This part goes like this. It rolls up like this, and it's just darkness. It's black, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag. And you can put something very long in there. I tend to put my laptop in there if I'm carrying this bag daily, and I just put it in like a big sleeve and stick it down in there. And then this bag also has 2 configurations. So you can take this snap off like so, and you can do like this. And you can snap it onto the top here. I probably should have Velcroed it first. So that's configuration 2. Now this makes it a little bit smaller and a little bit more manageable for daily use. It looks a bit smaller like this, but the issue is then for my uses, I'm mostly using this like super packed out, so that is not something I'd use too often. There are these 2 little pockets down here that you can use for like your stuff. I don't really want to review this bag because I have a review of it coming up, and a comparison to a Huru bag, which is also this bag. And there are these other 2 pockets on the front, water sealed zippers. The issue I have with this bag, which is similar to the issue I have with the other Mission Workshop bag, is that all of the stuff falls to the bottom. So you end up with a pool of things at the bottom, no matter what you put in these pockets, because they all go all the way down to the bottom. Mission Workshops, if you just made one of these be like, say, this tall, then it would completely transform this bag into a completely different experience. And I think it would be a much better experience for like the EDC stuff. Now for like hardcore messengers, maybe that doesn't make sense. So then I'm just wrong. But yeah, there's that. Anyway, this bag's party trick is of course what you saw earlier. Roll top engaged, and then let me put this guy back on before I forget it here and lose it forever and ever and ever. Again, not meant to be a review. I'm at 17 minutes. My wife's gonna kill me. I have to go back to the hospital soon. She's not gonna kill me. She's happy I'm gone. So the party trick is that it completely unzips with this number 8 YKK zipper. I kind of wish it was a number 10, to be honest, considering how much load it's carrying, but it opens up to this gaping maw of a hole that looks like this. You might think that will never come in use, but toting around tons and tons of stuff or going to the grocery store. I live 5 minutes from a grocery store by foot, so or maybe 10 minutes. So my wife prefers that we walk, get some exercise. This bag, we've done it twice so far since I've had this bag, and this bag can handle so much groceries that it's like you could almost go to IKEA and shop with this sucker. I'm telling you, it's that friggin' big. And it's a nice experience to carry because it's so comfortable. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fill this up with all the stuff my wife requested. Diapers, baby towels, diapers, toothpaste, camera charger, that one's mine, diapers, So that's been it for this video. I don't want to talk too much more. I'm going to leave it in the super unengaged mode. The last thing I was just going to say is there are these like compression straps if you want to suck it in a little bit. This bag stands on its own very beautifully, which if you followed me for a while, you know it's something I'm a stickler for. But yeah, again, I don't think I'm probably going to be making too many videos now. I'm going to try to sneak them in as I get a chance. Creeping towards 1,000 subscribers, which is exciting. Hopefully I'll get there someday. But you never know. It could take a while. I don't know how many videos I'm going to make. I literally do this for fun, and it is fun. So thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out with me while I came home for my, well, punishment, I suppose. So catch you on the flip side, kids. I don't know when, but it'll be soon. Bye. Bye-bye.